Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. So today we're going to talk about SSG's unveiling of the new benefits for VIPs. So if you haven't paid attention to this whole VIP saga, just look at my videos for the past month or so. I've done a bunch covering this. I mean, I did the gold roll drama video, which you all seem to have liked, and I did a bunch of videos just on news and recent happenings. Just go check that out if you want to get all the full context on how we've been led up to this. But essentially, this past Friday, SSG did unveil the new big benefits for VIPs, and it's going to be a monthly turn-in system. A couple things I have to say before we start is there is a video I'll put in the description to that Q&A between Cordovan and Severlin and the executive producer, which happened this past Friday. So you can watch that video, get all the context. It's at the beginning of the video where they talked about the VIP stuff. After we talk about that, they did go into later in the video non-VIP related stuff, and I'll briefly mention some of the stuff they went over later in this video. Also, everything in the system is still subject to change. However, when they release this much information about a system, what you can infer is that this stuff is going to happen unless there is some kind of technical problem. And they really only mentioned one thing, which is the ransack potion, but we'll get to here in a little bit, as being something they could potentially not do technically. So, but yeah, so this is it's pretty solidly in place at this point. So let's talk about the system. So it's a monthly turn-in system. Every month you go into the game, you make a claim. You have to make your claim in-game every month, and there's one claim per month that you can make. Claims are on a per account basis. They're not on a per server basis. So it's not going to be like gold rolls before, or the way gold rolls exist now. You cannot do it. You can only claim it once per account. You can't go to every server and get another monthly prize. It's only one per account. Also, if you miss a claim for a month, you start back at that month you missed when you come back. So let's say, for example, you started right when the system starts. You signed up for a year of VIP. Let's say you made your claim in the first month. Let's say in the second month you for whatever reason didn't log into the game. You come back month 3. You will get month 2 prize. So you'll be kind of a month behind everyone else. So that's the way it works. You get whatever month you left off at. It's not like if you claim month 1, you leave for 5 months, you come back, you won't start at month 6, you'll go and you'll start back at month 2 and proceed forward from there. They did mention though that they want to make some kind of catch-up potion that you could buy to catch up in VIP if you do miss a bunch of months and you want to get back to where everyone else is in the VIP program. All right, so what else we want to talk about? This system is in addition to existing VIP perks, by the way, so it's not like this is replacing anything. This is just on top of what you get already. So you're still going to get all the Adventure Pack access. You're still going to get the 500 points a month every month. You're still going to get the VIP bonus for XP. You're still going to get the Saga skip, all that stuff. So this is just in addition. Also, when this new system starts, they said that everyone will start at month 1. There isn't going to be any kind of retroactive thing where they go back and credit you for being a VIP for 5 years. Everyone's going to start at month 1 when the system starts. Everyone's going to start fresh. Severlin did also mention that they want to introduce a few other things with this system. In that, well, in addition to this system for VIPs, like more new benefits. They want to give VIPs the ability to swap spells within any public area, not just taverns. They also want to give the VIPs the ability to swap spells freely at trainers. So there are some restrictions they're trying to get rid of. That's not promised yet, but yeah, that's what some of the other things they're trying to do. Now back to the VIP, the new VIP benefits. Some perks in this graphic here that you can see are permanent, and some are only active while you are a VIP. So we'll just go through some of those and talk about that more. They said for a start date, they're thinking mid-2023. No, they've not given any more specifics than that. All right, with that said, let's look at the graphics here. So the first one we're going to look at is this just general chart here. So here's the tentative, subject to change rewards. So month 1, you're going to get 500 additional DDO points. So that would be in addition to the 500 points you already get. So month 1, you would get 1,000 DDO points. Month 2, there's a box of many things. So we'll jump over quickly to that, what that is. So box of many things, there's a box of many things that you get several times a year, and then the greater chest of many things you only get once a year. So the box of many things you get to pick up from a Summon Rush Shrine, Feet Swap Crystal, Sentient XP, Pouch of Glamour Dusk, Mirror of Glamoring, Omnispell Dust, Heroic or Legendary Raid Timer. Not crazy valuable stuff here, but it's something. If you miss a raid timer or something, you could maybe get a Legendary Raid Timer reset. There you go. But it's not something super valuable. Just a minor perk, I would say. I will talk about the greater box of many things in just a second, but that's, as you can see back on the graphic now, you will get once per year. In this year it will be month 11. Also, as they go forward, like next year 2024 could be, some stuff will probably be similar, but they may have other things that are new as well. Month 3, they have additional character slot here, which is only active while you are VIP. Pretty nice. Month 4, reduced item wear. Who cares? I don't think anyone really cares about that. Box of many things, another pull from that same box we just talked about. Trail of dancing lights, so a cosmetic that leaves a trail of glowing lights behind you or several lights that follow you. Okay, might be cool. They don't have a picture of that yet, but a cosmetic for month 6. Month 7, crafting boosts. If you're into that, there you go. A little bit more crafting. You might want to save up and like craft all your stuff or level your crafting characters in that month. Presumably this will be on top of any, say, crafting boost that you have in game, like any crafting XP boosters, anything like that. Month 8, another box of many things. Month 9, fletching, 10% returning all ammunition. Probably won't. Yeah, I don't think many players will care about this. I mean, first of all, if you don't run a projectile user, it's not doing anything for you, and getting more ammunition isn't really a problem anyways in game. Month 10, hirelings last 20% longer. Some people might like that. Personally, I don't care. I never use hirelings, almost never. Okay, so month 11, greater chest of many things. This is the big reward for the year. So you can choose one of the following: True Heart of Wood, True Heart of Blood, Epic Heart of Blood. Let's see, 20 plus 20 Heart of Wood, Elixir of Discovery, Elixir of Experience, or a potion that clears all ransack. I think most people will very likely choose the plus 20 heart. That's a pretty valuable item and a nice thing to get once a year. But yeah, there's the big prize for the year. Gets back to the other graphic. Month 12, special VIP cloud mounts. Some kind of cool. They've mentioned before that they want to do some kind of flying carpet type thing. So this might be similar to that. You'll float around in a cloud. Again, it's very early. There's no picture or anything, but pretty cool. All right, yeah. So that's about it, guys. So what do I think overall? I mean, in terms of value, does this add enough value to VIP? I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, it does. I think once per year you get a plus 20 heart. You get a few little nice things like 500 more DDO points. You get, from the box of many things, you might get like a few free raid timer resets, an additional character slot in month 3 to work with. So, I mean, pretty cool stuff. I mean, there's a lot of dud months here, like the fletching, hireling 20% longer, especially month 4, reduced item wear. I mean, who cares about that? But overall, it's some pretty good value here. I mean, I know that players, of course, VIP has been a long-standing thing that VIPs have not been happy because not just the daily gold rolls, but also now there being expansions every single year. More and more stuff is not covered under the veil of VIP in terms of content. So does this add some value back? Sure it does. Will this satisfy players? Yeah, I think so. Getting a few nice things during the year, a little bit of extra DDO points in month 1, especially the plus 20 heart free, in addition to everything else you already get as VIP, the XP bonus, the 500 DDO points per month, this kind of thing. So it's a pretty good amount of value that we're getting here, I think. I mean, even though there's a lot of dead months, it's a pretty good amount of value for what you're getting. So I think players will be satisfied with this. I still would say that it should have been ready earlier than this. It's still not a good look that we're going to go 6 months of this lull period where they just let the value of VIP dip like this. I still would be critical of that and say that they should have had this ready earlier. I mean, why wasn't this ready to go in January? Who knows? But yeah, it's here. It's here regardless. So the only, I guess, other criticism I would have of this system is, man, it's complicated. It's cumbersome. Another system. You have to go in game and claim it. Like, it's just, when you have to have a graphic to explain the benefits of VIP like this, might be a hint that it's just a little too complicated. Something like, say, just another 250 DDO points a month would have been so much simpler to understand, and you wouldn't need a graphic. You wouldn't have to explain this to players. New players that come into the game aren't going to know what a lot of this stuff is, and it's just one more layer of the complexity that I'm not sure the game really needs. But hey, I'm not going to be too critical. I think players will be happy with this. Is it in the form that players wanted? No. Are there going to be players who still want the daily gold rolls back? Sure. But you get some pretty good value here. If nothing else, the 1 plus 20 heart a year for free, the 500 DDO points. It's something, and I think it's fine. I'm not going to dog on SSG too much here because while it's not necessarily the route I would have taken, I think it does provide enough value to satisfy people. All right, let's move on to some other non-VIP topics. So Severlin also talked about some stuff that they didn't really go over in their Q&A from about a month ago. So a lot of this stuff in their Q&A I'm not going to go over because so much of it was just rehashes of what they talked about last time, and I covered all that in my last video and my last news video. And also a lot of topics they just didn't have a lot to say. They just were pretty general about it, or they just didn't have anything to reveal. So it would be mostly just speculating on my part. So yeah, we'll just talk about the highlights. So they did mention one thing, the new Epic Destiny. There's going to be a new Epic Destiny hitting the preview server pretty soon. I'm not sure why. This is another example of something I'm not sure why they didn't include that in their producer's letter from last month. But in any case, there is going to be a new Epic Destiny. They didn't say which one. Maybe a Warlock, maybe an Artificer, who knows. But I guess we'll see. There also are going to be new Epic Pass Lives for that Epic Destiny. So that's something new that we haven't heard before. So Severlin also mentioned, he talked a little bit about speed mounts. He said it's not very likely that we're going to get faster mounts than we have right now. Someone mentioned, just asked about mount speed and wanting to go even faster in game, but Severlin basically said server issues basically makes it so they don't feel comfortable giving players any more speed than they already have. Another thing that he talked about was, okay, and this was one where I do read into what he's saying a bit. He did talk about the scope of mini expansions. And one interesting thing that he said is he said that he does not think every mini expansion needs a wilderness area. And I thought that was really interesting because why would he say that if it's not going to be the case that the upcoming one this year will not have a wilderness area? It seems like that's probably on his mind, and I'm speculating here, totally speculation, but I think that's a pretty big tell that this year, especially when you compile that with the fact that we are getting a raid in the mini expansion. That's confirmed. That's something we weren't expecting since the last mini expansion. Saltmarsh did not have a raid. I think they're laying the groundwork for player expectations here. I don't think there's going to be a wilderness area in the Vecna mini expansion that's coming up this year. I don't see how it's like that. Also, I think that, and this is more speculation, but I think SSG is a little concerned about how much XP is available in wilderness areas, and they probably don't want to offer even more Slayers. So, yeah, I guess we're not going to see a wilderness area this year. Again, very clear here. That's my speculation. They have not confirmed that. I could be wrong. But I think that's a tell from Severlin. I think that's something he let slip a bit. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Severlin mentioned, he talked a little bit about character models like Purple Dragonite in particular, and they had talked before about certain character models, how they didn't want to touch them because a lot of players, even if there's character models that you might find ugly, a lot of players have been playing the same characters for years, and they like the look, and they don't want to mess with players. So they've done certain things like introduce Wood Elf, where they gave you a alternative while still leaving like the old elf look there. And they mentioned with some character models, however, they really can't do this because new players will come to the game and it'll just look dated. So there's a risk there from letting the game look too dated. So it's a bit of a balancing act where they will have to, unfortunately, copy over some existing looks and redo them and take certain looks away. And Purple Dragonite wouldn't surprise me. A lot of players are critical of the way they look. They lack necks in particular. Anyways, what else we want to talk about? I think that's it. Yeah, that's about it for the highlights. I mean, the only other thing I would mention is they briefly talked about melee balance in Reaper, but that's most in High Reaper, but that's mostly stuff I covered in prior videos, so I'm not going to go into that. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think. Do you like this new VIP program? Does it satisfy you in terms of value? Let me know. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Take care.